Hello everyone, welcome to another unboxing. Today we're unboxing the LG V60 ThinQ 5G. This is the flagship for LG. This is the King Supreme, as some of the other YouTubers might say. And this is the phone that is the direct competitor to the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. Now some might say that it shouldn't be a direct competitor, and we'll probably look at that in the future in the comparison videos, but this is your opportunity to see the LG V60 ThinQ 5G, which I will not be calling the V60 ThinQ 5G. From now on, I'll be calling the V60. So this is the unboxing of the LG V60. Now this phone is supposed to be 6.8 inches. It's supposed to be a large phone. It's supposed to have a 1080 by 2460 megapixel screen. It's supposed to have 128 gigabytes of storage, and this is supposed to have 8 gigabytes of RAM, a Snapdragon 865, 5000 milliamp hour battery. It's supposed to have 3 cameras, 2 at the back and 1 in front. It's supposed to be IP68 water and dust resistant. So this is just a few things to know before we get into the actual unboxing of the phone. So I'm not gonna waste much time with this. Let's go straight into this. Alright. So I'm not going to waste much time with this. Let's go straight into this. Alright, so I'm just going to go and cut. And there we have the usual cloth. I mean, they're very considerate. Now we have the phone, but let's put this to the side for now. It would actually allow me to put it to the side. And let's see what's going on behind there. So let me put this here. And what's this in here? Okay, so this is the warranty. Just got it registered. And we have the usual books. Okay, so usual books and the SIM ejector tool, power brick, which is a USB Type-C to USB Type-C. So the cable should be, of course, a USB Type-C cable. So no headphone, but I guess they would have taken that into account with the price. So you can get this phone on Amazon for about 400 US. It is it fluctuates around that price. It doesn't really go below that. And I believe for this buy, that is a wonderful deal for a phone that was released in March of 2020. So it is still the major flagship for LG. I don't think that Velvet is kind of anywhere compared to this phone. And of course, the LG Wing, I would love to get my hands on that. That does not compare to this as well, because this is the flagship of flagships. Alright, so let's just do a quick look at the phone itself. You know, the usual thing. So this is a huge phone. It is thick but sturdy, doesn't feel too heavy. Now you can see there's one camera in front. Then there are 2 cameras at the back and a dead center. This will allow you to do better portraits if possible. And of course, there is also a laser autofocus or laser at the back, which will allow for laser autofocus rather than just phase detect autofocus. And there's 2-tone flash, usual thing. So, better thing, but let me just take off the plastic. And oh, this phone is pretty, usual thing. I want to take this off. Now what I usually do, I usually take it off and I stick it in the box. This way, even if something happens with the phone, I always have that right there available to me. So let me just do a little shining. So I use a cloth they gave me to do the shining, and we're back. Now this is a beautiful phone. This is like really unstated beautiful. Like it has plastic along the edges and everything, but it's like a blue and a very light gold-ish color. At least it looks like this in this light. And it's very understated and it's just quite beautiful. Now this is Gorilla Glass 5 on the back, Gorilla Glass 5 in the front. Now you can see the volume rockers on the left side, and the power button on the left hand side. On the right hand side, oh, this might very well be the power button on the right hand side, and this might be the LG assist button. Now this button will give you the Google Assist, which is very useful. I guess hopefully it can be programmable. I gotta check. At the bottom we have the King Supreme headphone jack. It has the USB Type-C and the bottom firing speaker. Now this is supposed to be a dual firing speaker, and of course you can see the grill up top here. Right, you can see the grill. So this should be really good. This should be a really good sounding phone, to be honest. Of course, they have the SIM ejector tool in front at the top. Now this would be dual SIM, or a micro and a nano SIM. Now, or a micro SIM and a SD card. So that's what you find on top. Now it has a 10 megapixel front facing camera. Now this is a hole punch, it looks like, or it could just very well be a notch, a very small notch. At the back we have the 64 megapixel main sensor, a 13 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 0.3 megapixel depth sensor. As I would have indicated, it's depth sensor, right? And of course this is laser autofocus. Now this specs might not seem overwhelming when you have those 100 times zooms and everything like this, but I do believe that this would be a very good phone for both video, audio, content creation, and everything. I think this will also be a powerhouse. So I'm just looking forward to see what it has in store. Now, let me just turn it on, and we do a quick review of what I would have noticed when I turn it on. Now, I'm not going to put you through this, so meet you on the other side. Before I get into it, if you like what you've seen thus far and you want to see more videos like this, do please subscribe. Do also please press like, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also comment, it also helps with the YouTube algorithm. So if you have any questions or any suggestions, anything you want to see in the future, do let me know, and I'll be more than willing to do a video on it and facilitate that. To get into this now. Now this is very straightforward. I set up a fingerprint sensor. Now it's right up top here. It has this lighting and it comes right onto the screen. Now the screen is pretty. It's not super duper bright, but at the same time it's not dark. It's very pleasing to the eye. The animations and everything is just pretty smooth and very easy to open up. So I definitely can say that this phone is something that is probably good to use. Now in the camera functions you have, let's share my face right away. Now in the camera function you have different settings. Now if you press on the zoom aspect, you can go to 2 times and then 0.5. Now if you actually want to zoom in, you would actually have to pinch the zoom. Right, now it goes up to 10 times zoom, and I will probably show that in another video how that looks. So it goes up to 10 times zoom. Now there's portrait mode, and portrait mode there's different settings that you can use. There's sticker mode, more, and in more you actually has the option to download more things to use. So we have the AR stickers, manual video, night video or night view, slow-mo, panorama, and manual camera. Now you can also download cine mode, which is probably a waste of time, but you can download cine mode and also download panorama, which is what I downloaded. And those are very simple. Now the one thing that I noticed is you don't have night view on the front facing camera, which is kind of sad, but you have the portrait and you have all the different settings that are useful as well. Now this setup of the LG is not as intuitive or as easy as with Samsung. Now once you have a Samsung, it just switches everything. LG just leaves you with a few things. For example, all your Google accounts are automatically transferred to the Samsung phones. That is something I noticed, but there's just a little brief overview of what I would have noticed. I noticed the cameras are pretty clean, the phone itself is pretty beautiful, very easy to handle, the sound is pretty good as well. That's what I noticed as well. You will have to be more and more in depth in a proper first impression video. What I can tell you is this, is that I'm pretty excited about this. I really like it. It's pretty good and very easy to use. So once again, if you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll be ready to answer as soon as I can, if YouTube will allow me to say it. So this is Asa here, and I'll see you again in another video.